Hey, welcome to GoCast. Today we're having Guillaume Chabot as a guest speaker. He's pre-sale in cybersecurity at Fortinet. Have a good GoCast. Hello and welcome, Guillaume Chabot.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Julian, for having me.
To GoCast. It's a pleasure. Let's start by going back a little bit in time. How long have you been in cyber? And what made your shift from where you were to cyber now?
Yeah. I come from a more of a networking background. So I used to play with cybersecurity for maybe 8-10 years now, but full conversion to Fortinet role. So full cybersecurity for close to 4 years now. So it's a different mindset, different approach, but similar technologies that are being deployed and touched so
It's interesting you say that you were in networking before. Do you happen to do your classes in IT, OZ model and
yeah, of course.
yeah?
Yeah.
We don't talk about that anymore at all. I don't know if they're still teaching that. Probably.
Hopefully they do.
Hopefully.
12 years ago, they talked about the IPv4, like, oh, you're going to learn about this, but it's going away. IPv6 is the next thing. And so we're still playing with IPv4. So it goes back to those 7 layers anyway. So it has to be understood. And I think it's very important for any technological path to understand at least a good basic. So
you have a very technical background. What does your home lab look like?
My own lab has been evaluating. It's changing now. Obviously I have FortiGates, NHA, switches,
FortiAnalyzer,
FortiAnalyzer, and all these different tools. For
spy on your kids,
no, but I block a lot of stuff. Specialist SIDs with only a few accesses. My kids are still quite young, so it's not too much of a problem yet. But I used to have servers and run some VMs and applications in my lab. I still do have a little bit of some stuff I want to have local, but the Fortinet team in Canada developed an amazing, huge lab that is accessible to us employees. So we've been quite shifting away from our own labs because I have one product, but it doesn't have a lot of logs. It doesn't have a lot of traffic going through it. So I can show the interfaces and menus, but not a lot in the real world. So these labs now that we have available are fully connected.
Okay.
So
easier.
Yeah, right. Easier to use, always available.
Yeah.
I can access them from everywhere.
Yeah. So what's your, you've been in cyber for 8 years-ish. What have you seen that did evolve from that 4 years ago? Because if we go back 4 years ago, it was full COVID, right?
Yeah.
So what's different? Of course, tons of stuff, but
yeah,
what did
working from home obviously was always there. So people played with VPNs for a long time now. It's nothing new. It was just the scale of it, having everyone at the same time. So obviously the type of networks we have, applications were already starting a few years ago around COVID to move. So on-prem to cloud, from cloud to data center, back to on-prem sometimes. And, applications were moving a lot. It just added the piece of the employee moving a lot. And being in the office is just one of the maybe location he will be in during the week. So the approach is different because of the applications are changing and moving and the users are changing and moving. So,
yeah. Oh, it's interesting. There's an analogy around, we used to think that the data center was everything. So it was kind of the sun and planets were revolving around. But now the sun is the data.
Yeah.
And everything is revolving around. So we cannot secure only one big place having firewalls and stuff, and that's it. You have to secure all of the data everywhere it is, especially with remote. And you mentioned cloud. I recall we've been told cloud is going to reduce cost. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Now you're a fully hybrid. You have to know everything on the cloud and everything on-prem, and boom. Anyway, so back to a little bit of what you see, what you think. What would you say to Guillaume 8 years ago if you could prepare him for the future cybersecurity adventure that you're now fully in?
Yeah. I would say take your time and listen, because there's a lot of things to learn and a lot of things to know. So I've been doing quite a lot of that. So I would say also it's not for everyone. So even if I do a presentation or I meet with a customer, they wouldn't have the same approach or same understanding of what they need based on their own life experience. So we see some IT directors that never been breached for 25 years. They don't need your new special tool and they don't have budget for it. And then you're going to see the next company next door and they've been breached 3 times in 5 years. They know they have budget and time and effort and teams dedicated to your project. So I would say be patient. It's not a one size fit all, and you're going to find the right person and the right fit for the product.
What's your, and of course AI is everywhere, and buzzword and stuff. It's good, it's bad, it's everything, it's nothing. It's going to be the future.
Yeah.
But if we go past that AI, what do you see as a trend in cyber? Where is it going from your perspective?
For me, I see a lot about convergence. Since today's world, we're going back a few years. One big firewall in a data center, a small firewall in the office. You're protecting your user and your applications. Everything's good against the bad guys that are on the internet. Now applications are everywhere. People are everywhere. We have SaaS applications, cloud, private cloud, public cloud. So it has to be protected by a multiple variety of products, not only one. So the more those products talk to each other, and I'm bit biased on the Fortinet side. That's been our speech on convergence and security fabric for a long time. But even if it's not only one company, they have to integrate. So if it's via API or other technological way of doing it, the different products that you're working with, because there's going to be multiple products, they have to be able to work hand in hand.
Of course. Thank you, Guillaume. It was really great to have an exchange with you.
Thank you for having me.